not, I started this garden the end of October. These were all small plants that I started with. Might be a little bit late in the season, but these are some cucumbers, and you can see right down here there's a nice big cucumber coming up, and I've got all under these leaves there's more cucumbers. I'm going to say there's probably about a dozen of them. And over here again, this whole garden was done the end of October. And these were all seedling plants. They're not more than about 4 inches high, maybe 5. And you can see the nice rich dirt. Mixed up all the right stuff. A lot of blooms. There's a lot of tomatoes underneath all these limbs. They're getting bigger and they'll ripen up. We've already had about a half a dozen off here already. But you can see the blooms. There's a lot of blooms. Every one of these blooms is going to produce tomatoes, and they'll continue to produce. So then over here, what I have is green peppers, red peppers, yellow peppers. Very up front there is jalapenos. Let me show you some of the pepper plants over here that are growing. I got 4 pepper plants right down here. And as you can see, there's nice looking peppers growing on these guys everywhere. There's peppers everywhere. Pepper, pepper, peppers. They're all over the place. There's some way back in there. I don't know if you can see those peppers in there. I planted these close together for a reason. That's so that they can shade each other so the sun doesn't burn and scorch the leaves. The tomatoes and these peppers in this garden get watered about every 2 days. Cucumbers, daily. They need plenty of water. And over here today I just planted some more cucumbers. Right here is a Chinese pepper plant. Those peppers don't get any bigger than that red one, if you can see it. They'll bloom. And trust me, you put this in your mouth, you're going for the water jug. There's a zucchini plant that again was only maybe a couple inches tall. Planted that about 2 weeks ago. More cucumber plants here. There's some eggplant. Nice looking eggplant. Then, just for the fun of it, I got some pots here that got some cabbage growing in. Once it gets a little bigger, I'll transplant them. Just for the fun of it, because this is winter tolerant, frost tolerant. That's a whole bed of cabbage. That's a lot of cabbage. You can see those plants are really coming up good, huh? Then what I did, this is all mixed soil with all the nutrients, black cow, everything you need. What I did, just for the fun of it, was I just planted a tomato plant here, one over here, right straight into the sandy soil, just to really see the difference. As you can see, blooms are coming up on this plant. We got blooms here. Then over here we've got more tomato plants. They're looking pretty good. You can see all the blooms. Those are all going to be tomatoes. It'll continue to bloom. As long as the frost don't get to it, we'll be fine. And in a little bit more shadier spot, just to see how this works, blooms on this tomato plant. Down here, tomatoes growing by the bunches, if you can see those. Oh yeah, we've got a bunch of them come up here. These blooms will all be tomatoes. Providing Mr. Frost doesn't come early. But I have a plan for that. It'll be a greenhouse. Then I can grow all year long. Happy gardening.